guys. Hi, hello. So welcome. Yeah, it's just like for okay. Just introduction. So I'm back. So Natalie's back again, and for now, I'm not going to try. Okay, I'm not going to fucking try right now to play a video game or Genshin Impact or something. I just want to talk, maybe share something like a little bit good news because I found something really what do you call this? That made me a little bit happy this week. Okay, yeah. Uh, Anyhow, let's see who is our new follower here. All right, so his name is Walrus Sama. Thank you for the follows, Walrus. And I think Walrus is one of the people on the Twitter, and not to mention, I forgot his actual name there. And the another thing is that I kind of like saw him sometimes on Twitch. So yeah, thank you for follows. Okay, I'm going to like open my Spotify. I just want to add some music because it's kind of like boring here for some reason. Uh, Today I have like a bad case of sniffles because how to explain it? It's very humid, especially that when I turned off the fan. Okay, I'm going to like change my music to Muse Dash. Okay, and it's kind of like loading a little bit slower right now. All right, okay. Actually, the music here I get it now. So I think it's like dedicate. You know Hatsune Miku, right? So yeah, she's just kind of like featured with this music. All right, so yeah, the music's like okay now. I don't know if it's louder for you or really low. I don't know why, but my mouse is not working properly. It's kind of like dirty. Yeah. So I did manage to figure out why my um, game, or let's say, it's not only the game, but also the Tifa is lagging while I'm opening a game. Okay, to explain this shit, I think I didn't even enable the auto blink, and that's one of the problems. I think is that yeah, it's the fucking auto blink. I think that it's like causing the lag. Hold on, ah. Actually, if I have a camera right now, I'm going to share how can I just disassemble my vape. I have like issues right now because it's kind of like uh, my vape is kind of like flooding in front of me, but I'm going to clean it later. Hold on. Shit. I just need to like clean it a little bit with the cotton. You cannot see it on the screen, guys, because I'm using my avatar, but actually I'm kind of like cleaning my vape right now. And in fact, I'm thinking about like I don't know. Sometimes I think about this that I'm going to try to buy some different mods, and I want to feature it as like short clips on my YouTube channel so that you guys can see what I'm doing in real life sometimes, time to time, and um, some of my hobbies outside the VTubing at least. And I'm just like going to clean it a little bit because it's kind of like flooding and leaking right now. The only thing that I did notice, maybe it's the fucking O-ring for some reason. Excuse me. Maybe the O-ring is really whack because if that's the case that it has a leak or flooding, what you need to do when it comes to like fixing something on vape tank is replace the O-ring. I don't know where did I place that. I even if I cleaned my room like a week ago while I'm away for like almost a week already. Not really a week. More of like 4 days, and I still don't know where did I put my other tools, especially for my tools on hardware tools. I think it's not really a hardware construction tools. It's more of a computer tools. So I don't know where the fuck did I place that. And to be honest, even if my room is small, it's literally a object jungle. That yeah, I really need to have like an organizer or something. But maybe later, during the work, I would say I would rather like find the O-ring because first of all, if I'm going to transport by vape right now, especially on my bag, that would be a bad idea. It will leak out on my bag. It might destroy the leather, and my leather on my bag is really that expensive. Yes, it costs like somewhere. I think my grandmother bought me that bag. I think it's like somewhere $600 or $700 at least, or maybe 400. I don't know. It's kind of like a little bit expensive because I kind of like canvas it. It's not made in China. It's a branded like branded stuff, and I kind of like didn't take care of that. And last thing I want is that I accidentally cause some vape juice leak and destroyed the leather. And it's kind of like really hard to replace those things. And if you're going to like fix that, even if you like you can repair that shit, okay? Even if you can repair that shit, the replacement is like changing from original or let's say genuine leather to fake leather and replacing it with made in China parts. So I don't really want that. Okay. So yeah, just to explain why I'm having a sniffles because first I forgot to like clean my fan, and number two is that I'm alternating between my room is kind of a little bit cold today. I did manage to like use my air conditioning sometimes. I did manage to use my air conditioning every day during I sleep. So it's kind of like a little bit cold. I didn't even turn on my ventilation. And oh, sorry. Sorry if I'm pausing a lot. I'm just like trying to get some really good hits. It's like trying to get myself a little bit high on nicotine right now, but I cannot. I don't know why. It's the juice. Maybe it's the fucking cotton. I'm going to check this out after my stream. Actually, just to bring this up again, this will be a short stream again. In fact, it's one of the shorter ones because um, aside that aside that I don't have much interaction today. It's just chatting. I just want to have like a really good talk. So I don't plan playing a game right now because first of all, actually I just need to bring this up. Okay, so sorry if I need to be frank with you guys, but as much as I like hanging out with you guys, but if you're going to stream a game and especially you want to enjoy the game, it's really hard to do that at the same time because first of all, this is the weird part is that uh, I appreciate that you interacted with me while I'm playing. It's really good. In fact, I appreciate that. The only thing that I do notice that every time that I'm playing a game, most of the people do appear like somewhere 8 or 9 or 10 during I'm playing. So instead of like I want to like focus on the game. I cannot even focus because we're just like talking to each other, doing some chats. Sometimes, sorry, my model is like glitching really bad because my room is a little bit darker right now. Anyhow, and right now, the reason why I started the just chatting so that any concerns that I raise on the chat, you raise on the chat, or let's say I forgot to acknowledge, because I'm trying to like focus on Genshin Impact sometimes or Fallout, so it's kind of hard to follow the chat during while playing. Okay, I know it's kind of normal in VTubing or let's say streaming, but still, it's one of my what you call these things that I lack with other VTubers and streamers is that I'm having hard time to like split my concentration in the two. Okay, so I prefer to do this today, and if you have guys like anything that you want to raise up, or let's say anything, you can just tell it here while I'm still around on Q&A. Uh, I'm still not how to explain this. I'm not still stimulated with this shit. Damn. What? I'm using a fucking 30 mg. It's still not pumping my heart rate really up. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my vape for some reason. Maybe it's kind of like a little bit really dirty right now. Shit. So yeah, back to the topic. So I'm kind of like jumping top of the topic. So yeah, guys, sorry. I don't need to repeat myself on this because first of all, I said before, others, if you're kind of like just don't complain about this because this is the only schedule that I'm really free right now. If I'm going to talk with you guys, okay, I'm not being trying to be dick, but I just need to point this out that sometimes consider that this is my schedule. This is the time I present. In fact, I did manage to like post it on my channel too and Twitter. Uh, Speaking of which, so the reason of sniffles is that I have like a really bad issue with the with my body when it comes to like heat or cold. And if you're going to like go out from the colder areas and you're just going to go into the hotter area, because on my hallway downstairs and second floor outside this room, because I opened the air conditioner, so I didn't even open the ventilation. And the problem with this is that how to explain this, how to explain this is that if you're going to like I didn't even like open the ventilation system right now because first of all I don't want the cold air going outside. I want it around here. And second is that it's really hot outside my room, and when I step out, I just like felt really so bad to the point that I don't really feel like I don't really feel working or let's say starting a stream right now. Maybe it's just like my body suddenly collapsed. Oh, Mackie, welcome to the stream. It's not really a stream. Welcome to the how to explain this, Mackie. Welcome to the let's say to the room. Okay, room. I don't want to say stream because I'm not streaming right now. I'm not playing a game. This is like I'm sharing something really ridiculous right now. And yeah, how are you today, Mackie? Yeah, Mackie. I need to bring this up. You think that you're here? You know, you, you know that I'm kind of pissed off what happened to Q on yesterday. I hope Q hears this. Is that I'm not really cool that someone is doxing someone. Remember that we talked about this last time, but this time is like really a dox is as in like it's against the rules, and not to mention it's like a similar to cyber stalking. Okay, how to explain this? Q on your friend posted something on Twitter. The reason why she didn't stream because someone is threatening to dox her. Someone is threatening her. You're not aware? Okay, I'm not. I'm going to bring it up right now. I'm going to bring that shit right now. Someone is threatening to dox her, and this is why her stream got cancelled today and yesterday. And sorry if I feel like really what do you call this? I kind of like feel something really weird because of the cold air right now. Yeah, she is being doxxed by someone else that is threatening her. It's just like, what the fuck? What the hell? Why the heck someone will dox Q on? It's just like I don't understand. Q is not even a total ass. Okay? She's not a total bad person or being an asshole to someone else to deserve that. I would understand. Yes, I know, but still, I'm kind of concerned, Maki, is that, um, how do you call this? Look, Qon is kind of like a nice person. I don't really consider her as a really a bad. Well, yeah, I know. Not all of us are angels. In fact, I do admit, Maki, that I'm a tyrant in my male personality in real life. Yeah, I do admit that. I do admit that I'm a total what others did say to me, the freaking the governor from Walking Dead or a tyrant. So I'm not saying that she's a total angel, okay? I don't believe that shit, okay? We are like all of almost all of us has like really bad, how do you call this, as a bad personality. But remember this is that she, how to explain this, Q on, out of all people, she's not exactly evil person to deserve that. I would understand, example, she's bullying someone, or let's say treating someone like shit. Okay, example, it's just like she's bullying someone on the chat, as in like not really bullying and fun, but bullying as in like example like threatening someone, intimidating, blackmailing, or let's say making fun of their disabilities, or let's say their gender. And yes, I would accept. Okay, sorry, but as much as I'm against doxing, okay, that's what I would say. I would side with the person who is doxing. But if the person is not even that bad, okay, I would say if Kyun is not that exactly that bad, let's say, yeah, she's not really an angel. I know she kind of like doesn't deserve that, right? She, it's not really. It's not. Someone doesn't deserve that. I know someone who deserves that actually, but I don't want to name them here because first of all, it's like defamatory. Yes, it's just like saying bad shit to them. And I don't want to cause any more shit in my channel and to on the Twitter. Okay, so I it's hard to really okay, since this is kind of like a Q&A and I don't really want Q on accidentally view my VOD and I'm saying something, but did okay, I'm kind of curious that did she do something really that bad? Because first of all, you cannot be making an enemies accidentally without reason. It's just for me, whatever you're saying is whatever you're saying, but for me it's kind of like there is like a lots of bad people, or let's say people with like what how do you call this, a personality that is like total pieces of shit that kind of deserves worse. Okay, I've encountered others that really needs a fitting punishment for them, but for me I don't see doxing is really appropriate to deal with you on. For me, it's not really appropriate. It's just like if she did something really bad, maybe it's just like for me, she said something that is like a little bit hurtful. You can just like remind her like okay, I'm going to an example. Okay, an example. This is not cool. Don't do this again because it's not really fun for making bad jokes or something. Okay, it's just like that's it. That's the appropriate way to discuss a bad behavior. Okay, and just to let you know that there is like a bunch of since I snoop around on other social medias, and maybe it's just like I got curious with that a little bit, and I managed to like check some certain things is that other people are literally that evil. I would admit I'm not also a saint. Okay, I'm not a saint also, and I do admit in real life, not as Nathalie. Okay, I would admit, my guys, that I'm way worse. I did something. How do you call this? I did something really evil sometimes. So I would say, nah. Okay, but at least, guys, I'm admitting it to you. I'm not lying about it. I'm not lying about it to you, Maki, or others here. I'm admitting that I'm really I'm not a saint. I'm a bad person in real life. Okay, and yeah. So I'm just bringing that up, Maki, about that. So another thing that I want to discuss, another things is that about charity stream. Okay, somewhere like next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'm going to start a charity stream. I'm thinking about for minimum would be like $400 or $500 at least. I'm planning to donate to Ukraine, or let's say if they or for the refugees. So basically, I would pick the refugees part because first of all, I don't really want to be picky towards Ukraine. Okay, I have like other coworkers or friends that is like refugee from other country, and I prefer to help all. So that example, $500 is that cash pool for their resources. So it's like equally split to different nationalities. For me, it's just like I prefer to be like not being too how do you call this, biased towards Ukrainians. I prefer all of the refugees gets the fair share. Okay, and charity stream $500 at least bare minimum or 400 as long as we donated. Okay, if I can manage to like let's see, maybe I do my research and we can get to $1,000. Okay, sure. Thank you for the visiting, Maki. Thank you. I appreciate that you're here, and I do appreciate that. Okay, sorry if I stop a little bit because I'm vaping. Okay, how to explain this? Yeah, I really want to donate to general refugee population. So it's not, excuse me, it's not the Ukrainians. It's not only the Afghanis. It's not only the Pakistanis. It's not only the people from Iran. It's not only the gay, the gay people who got exiled. No, no, it's not only one kind of people. Okay, I want generally all of them gets the money ASAP right now. This is the important part because first of all, um, I do know some of them in real life. I'm part of the marginalized community too. I do admit that I'm also an LGBT. Okay, more of a bi or pansexual, and I do have these abilities too. So yeah, I'm part of it. So I want to help them out as much as I can. If there is like an education for the kids, sure, why not? Oh, I would love to give a good donation for that. For now, I would prefer the refugee part because first of all, uh, it's like several days that I'm tracking what's happening in Ukraine. Remember that don't take it way too lightly when it comes to Ukraine situation right now, guys. First of all, you need to remember that Ukraine is a breadbasket in Europe. Most of our cereals, most of our food stuff, and other materials to be exported is going to our countries, especially to Southeast Asia or East Asia or some generally Asia. Okay, and just please, I need to bring this up that don't even try to neglect that certain point when it comes to Ukraine. It's not about yeah, because sometimes they say that they don't want to help the Ukrainians because I think they said something like really really racist shit that I ever seen that came from their mouth. It's that they're blue eyes, they're blonde or something. So why the fuck do we help them? And it's just like God, I'm just like I'm saying that. Oh damn it! This guy is a fucking moron. Why? Do I need to explain this shit to someone else? Like, do you know a fucking economics or logistics? It's just like ah, because I'm going to explain this shit, guys. Okay, I'm going to explain this one shit to you. Most of our products rely on Russia and Ukraine. Okay, this is the problem. They fight, we got affected. Do you want to have like example? You're relying to eat bread or cereals. Remember some of the bread, okay, especially the bread in Philippines. Some of it is not. We don't have any wheat. We don't have any wheat. If we have, it's like in certain parts. Can you feed millions of people with that small amount of wheat in province. Here's the problem. So you gotta export that. And who is the only sole exporter of ours? China and European countries. And most likely, most of our bread will come from Ukraine. So basically, if I'm going to buy a bread, okay, that's one piece of whole bread. It cost me 61 pesos. Imagine, due to the crisis in Ukraine right now, unless China steps in or other countries steps in and give us grains, it will increase to like 100 pesos or 150 pesos, right? Instead of like you're going to like wake up and buy something to have your breakfast, you cannot even buy it. Why? It's 100 fucking 50 every breakfast. I mean, sure, I can afford that. I, I mean, I earn, but still, it's like, what about other people who rely on really low salary, right? This is like, it's getting ridiculous. This is why I don't really agree with the other people's argument that they're saying that yeah, why Ukraine is like they're saying that it's our problem. And sometimes I question my fellow Southeast Asian patriots is that guys, I don't know. Sometimes I call them out. Okay, I'm not saying all, but some that are literally that moronic for some reason. Is that, guys, how the fuck can you eat your bread or let's say other things or maybe whatever you're buying on the mall that is like a little bit expensive. You don't expect that shit. It came suddenly in the Philippines. I mean, sure, it is like it is produced here or refined, but the source materials or let's say materials for making it is coming from the other country. So basically, if you're going to use a fucking common sense, okay, if you're going to use your fucking common sense right now, you're going to expect you're going to expect that the grains will come from there, right? They're just really complacent to the point that okay, we're far from fighting. Jesus fucking Christ! If you're going to use your fucking mind, if the huge amount of price surges, your salary is useless, and they need to remember, especially to us Filipinos. Right now, we're on the elections. Okay, look, I'm discussing something a little bit politics right now, and I allow it. I allow it right now. Okay, I allow it since like days ago, but still, okay, I need to like smoke again. Oh, I like the music. Ah. Okay. Anyhow, let's get back to the topic. Okay, so the topic here. Let me get my notepad. So I would consider this as a podcast, even if there is like no viewers or chat. That's okay. There's like a VOD. So guys, if you miss something, please don't bother me why you miss or let's say reschedule. Screw that. Okay. It's not my fault if you just didn't like what you call this attend the talks or let's say discuss. Good thing that Maki is like here to discuss certain things about certain VTuber that is also my adopted little sister, and Okay, so on the topic is the salary. So yeah, speaking of which, so let's make it a little bit serious topic, okay? I don't want to like discuss something like ara ara or something like that. Ara ara something. No, no, no. Guys, we are in the edge of a fucking nuclear war and World War III, and you're just concerned with this shit, to be honest. And I want to use my VTubing for, let's say, disseminating information, or let's say sharing important stuff instead of like fucking around. I mean, sure, I can shit post, I can discuss something a little bit VTuber drama or something, but you don't expect me to like participate in the most useless shit, to be honest. Okay, so I'm just giving a disclaimer, okay, because I know that some of you guys do prefer like role playing stuff. For me, I said before, I disclaim it that I don't role play. This is really me. It's that it's just like my female persona that is like a little bit nicer than actual me in real life. So excuse me, I need to like burp a lot. Okay. So speaking of which, salary. So I need to like bring this up to you, fellow Filipinos and Southeast Asians, that don't fuck around when it comes to salary. Because first of all, I did notice a trends because I do coordinate with HR, and just to bring this up, I'm also attending some webinars, or let's say management seminars sometimes. This is how do I say this? Based on what I read and based on the data, sometimes I read business used to. How to explain this in nice way. I don't want to cause panic in this stream, okay? Please don't panic, guys, if I'm going to say a bad news, okay? Hold on na. Uh, hold on. All right. Okay, so there is like a little bit slowdown because I'm reading something on Twitter. I'm happy that some of the Ukrainian VTubers and artists are fine. They said to me. Okay, I will get to that later. But for now, let's discuss about the salary. Okay, we're not discussing how much I earn. Okay, that's not the fucking point. We're talking about the fucking trends right now, especially the crisis in Ukraine, especially I think somewhere in Yemen. Okay, um, how to explain this, guys? My fellow countrymen and fellow people in Southeast Asia, don't take this shit seriously. First of all, I did notice something that I got a really bad news, guys. I keep tracking this for several weeks already, and okay, sorry for being a little bit negative, but you will have hard time having your bonuses or salaries increase. It depends on your company, but general rule, most of the companies right now doesn't want to increase the salaries as per researching on business trends. Okay, okay, I need to bring this up is that no companies will increase their. The problem is that if they're going to increase the worker salary to the point that it's really that high, they will need to charge the customers double. And the problem is that the commodities right now, especially the gasoline or fuel or gas prices and other stuff that is being imported from Russia, Ukraine, or anywhere else in Europe, especially right now, there is like a semi-embargo already that's happened. Don't expect that the prices will go lower. What I mean, don't expect that sal uh, your salary will increase because first of all, nobody, as in majority votes, okay? Don't blame the executives. As much as I don't like the executives, they're corrupt pieces of shit sometimes. Don't always blame it to them. Remember, blame it Okay, blame it to the politicians who is running shit. They're like doing some invasion or causing some shit. Why? Because first of all, most of the charges, okay, especially salary for the CEOs and the board, is coming from the worker, from the customers. So if you're going to increase price, whole salary for whole department, you need to add another $5 or $2 at least, or at least let's say like $1.5 per items that you are selling in your market. That's one of the points that I'm making with is that it will increase the prices. The problem is that your customers is also the same ones who is like a workers, is also your fellow workers. They're on a different company. They're like on the different how to explain this is that different department, or let's say they're like yeah, it's like outside your company, but still they are workers because they're self-employed and such. But it doesn't mean that it will cover the expense you are selling to them. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're going to cover it. First of all, they are like a middle class or poor that are, or let's say poor. Not all of us are rich. That's the problem, right? So yeah, so don't expect you will get your salary unless they are willing to pay an additional like $2 to $5, $10 at least for increasing, for having your salary increase. Okay, I'm explaining it on economic terms. I'm not explaining it because I'm siding with the management. Okay, this is what I noticed. It just like opened my eyes. Oh shit, and it is way too late that I opened my eyes because first of all, last time I didn't bother to take a look much into it. First of all is that I don't really care, and second is that no war is happening that time. So basically, if there is an inflation, I don't really feel it. I kind of felt it sometimes, but it's not really that huge to warrant to be worried on that. Second is that the reason why I don't really give a shit that time is because that time I'm not really a super admin. So basically, if you're going to ask me, oh, okay, I'm just going to change the music. Hold on, I'm just going to change a really good music right now. There's like a bunch of new ones that is like that appeared on the news dash. Okay, I kind of like this music. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so I need to get back to the topic. The reason why I don't take this shit seriously, I mean, yeah, I'm following the trend, but most of the time it's like it's one of my non-priorities. I think is that maybe it's that that time I'm not really part of the so-called administration and management. So basically, if you're going to if you're like an individual contributor or worker that is like not involved with the administration task, you won't really give a shit. And that time, I do remember that I'm not mistaken. I do remember that maybe just maybe is that I still that time my dad is kind of like a little bit supporting us that time. So I kind of like really ignorant, and I'm still relying to him. Like 3 years ago, I think. So yeah, that's one of the things that I didn't I forgot to point out. So when I was like a full time full-time person, and I managed to like win off like stop getting shit from my parents. Second is that I'm on the management. This is where I took the finance seriously recently, and sometimes because first of all, if you're like example, you have like a crew member, let's say a staff member under you, and they will complain now, why the fuck is my salary low? They will say that shit, and for me, what actually I cannot even respond to that on my first time. It's just like maybe ask your department manager or people manager, because I'm just a supervisor. How the fuck should I know? That time, I'm not even involved to the higher level ops meeting. So, so that happened. So I did get involved myself into the higher ops sometimes, but I'm not involved in the meetings. And I study back economics because my last practice on researching, or let's say studying economics, is somewhere like years ago already. So I recently like restarted it again. Maybe it's just that I have other investments, or maybe yeah, I'm part of the management. Or third is that there is a fucking war right now happening. So when uh when that shit happened to me, so I keep checking the spreadsheets. I keep checking the forecasts, especially our forecast on the future next year when it comes to like different departments, how is the earnings. So I know how to answer their concern when it comes to like raises, bonuses, or let's say salaries. That they will ask question, why? They keep asking that because first of all, I do understand they're just working there. They expect to be paid. But for me, I would answer them in honest, intelligent answer that I would ever say, because I will not answer to them that, oh, because it's the rule, because something like really bullshit for me. Okay, that is like literally full of bullshit. Is that if you're going to ask me about that, okay, if you're going to ask me about that, if you're going to respond to me that example, I don't want to blame that person that he will say that I cannot disclose it to you because I cannot leak because our manager might get angry. It's kind of, I don't like that excuse. That is a pointless fucking excuse. I would say to that person why I don't have a raise, or let's say higher salary, because I'm going to point to two things, right? Example, I'm going to tell him, dude, you don't have much certificate to prove that we can justify your salary. Second, we don't have much funds to pay for this. It depends. So I will show him how much we earn from each our client per month, per fucking month. So if you're going to divide that, okay, let's say we will just use an imaginary uh, tool when it comes to like salary. If we're going to divide it for 8 staff, that includes a fucking manager and a supervisor. How much? So I told the freaking person that okay, compute that, and he realized that he made a mistake when he told me that. He made a fucking mistake. Why? Let me explain why. He's just like expecting that it's been a year, so I want a salary or increase or something like that. That's the funny part. He doesn't have a certificate, number one, additional educational attainment, none. Where? Zero. Third, when I asked him to compute that, he realized he fucked up. First of all, okay, I'm going to share something, but I'm not going to state what name of our department is. As an IT department, we are literally broke. I'm being honest, okay? I'm being honest. We are broke as fuck. That's the truth. Even I'm not going to ask that, I increase my salary to $1,000 or something like that. Sorry if I'm mocking them, because their actions to me is kind of like really stupid. Okay, I understand about their concerns, but they should know on other side of point of view. This is why I don't trust both sides sometimes. I remain neutral. Why? Because I first of all, we don't know what is the other side's point before you're just going to make a choice. You need to be neutral first, listen to the left side, listen to the right side before you make a conclusion, before you do something else. This is the point, right? You just don't assume immediately without hearing the both sides of story. I mean, earlier, good example, Maki is here, right? So he said that Q is not an angel. Okay, I agree. I do notice that sometimes, but still, for me, is that she's not that, I would say, an evil person to deserve that. So I know the both sides of the story already. I don't know what's the problem with that person who talks. But as for me, if I'm going to have opportunity, I'm going to ask him a question: why you want to threaten someone else? This is one of my first question. I want to understand the motivation of a criminal first before I assume. This is the point. You cannot just do it out of nowhere because you're a fucking Joker. I'm not saying the comedian Joker, but the Joker, as in the Joker the clown, from Batman. You cannot just do that shit unless you're a fucking psycho or sicko, right? This is the point. This is the same point. It's like the topic right now. It's a little bit interconnected. You cannot just do you cannot assume and do everything else and expect that you deserve this and deserve that. Remember that you need to meet the conditions first before you get something you want. But for me, I would admit mine is a little bit cheaper. First of all, I do how to explain this is that the reason why I'm a little bit cheap than the other stuff, I think, is that I want to take more time off than, let's say, additional salary. For me, I just want to bring this out. So I prefer to rest, relax, enjoy my day than a fucking big ass salary. Okay? I need to bring this up, okay? Okay, let's get back to the topic. So basically, you need to explain the economics part to others. And I realized that you cannot just increase the salary. You can make the salary livable. Okay, livable as in like livable standards, but you gotta accept that we will hit the great depression 2.0 plus inflation because of these stupid things that is happening around us. All of us will get affected, and I hope for God that we don't run out of resources, because that would be number one focus, number one reason that we will all go to war because of a fucking resources. We will try to fight each other for a fucking resources like oil that is like on the other country, and you need to invade that and get that instead of like buying it like a normal person. And I would admit that world is kind of like fucked up sometimes, and I'm kind of disappointed with that. So yeah, expect higher prices. Nothing changed much on your money or salaries. So this is one of the things that I need to bring up to you guys. Okay, take my advice sometimes seriously, because I saw things that others did overlook. Okay, and okay, so we're done on this. So another thing that I need to bring up is the refugee Ukrainians. Is that as much as I feel sorry for them, or let's say, how to explain this? As much as I feel sorry for them, or let's say, um, I sympathize with their issue that they got bombed, they lost their objects, their loved ones, their pets. Here's the problem with the refugee influx of refugees is that we don't know if the country can accommodate millions or thousands of refugees, especially that they are taking care of their domestic situation sometimes. This is the only thing that I do agree. Um, Thank you for the raid, Ninja Anime. Okay, I'm just going to write this down. Refugee status right now. Thank you for the raid, Ninja. Thank you. How's your stream, by the way? How's your stream, Ninja? So yeah, I think you brought a friend because there is like the two people there. Yeah, I'm discussing current situation in this world right now, Ninja. But you first, how's your stream, by the way? Yes, you can speak first before I speak because I need to like I was playing Apex. It was painful. Did you lose that much? Sorry to be asking things sometimes. Second place match. At least you're second place. Remember, I do remember that when I'm playing some end up on the bottom tier. So I would say it's still a little bit like 60 or 80% success. So don't look down on yourself, okay? Okay. Oh, I like this music. This is one of the coolest ones. So, by the way, guys, so my name is Nathalie. I'm a Bunny Girl, and I'm oh, Katsu. Where's Katsu right now? Katsu, are you part of the party right now? Where's Katsu? Where's Katsu? I think Katsu is not with you. Anyhow, never mind. So, by the actually, I'm not streaming right now. I'm doing just chatting. I didn't expect that people didn't come that much. I didn't expect people appeared. Maybe it's just like I'm doing just chatting. They're kind of busy, or let's say they don't. They prefer me playing, and I don't feel playing right now. I just want to discuss something what's happening right now because I recent events. Oh yeah, because he's like from Australia time zone. He's on Australia's time zone, so pardon him. Okay, by the way. So yeah, so I'm a variety streamer. The person that we do right, Ninja Anime. So I play Genshin Impact, Fallout New Vegas, stealth games, RTS, and yes, just right now just chatting. So basically, by just chatting is not really like your usual just chatting with the other VTubers. I'm discussing something with reality sometimes. So yeah, guys, I'm discussing right now is about the situation right now, what's happening in the world, Ukrainian situation, increasing prices, salaries, and also refugee situation right now, what's happening. Okay, I'm going to continue something is that as much as I kind of like support the refugees, but at the same time, I know it's unavoidable, especially there is like war zone happening in the countries. Okay, I do understand that there is like how to explain this. There is like shit happening that they are like overflowing to the European Union, Canada, or other parts of the Mediterranean. That's one of the problem. The problem here, actually, it's not really that bad if you're going to seek help. The problem is the host country that is like taking care of them. First of all, since yes, it, because war is really, dirty, because most of the time, I don't understand why military does like bomb things when it comes to like civilians. And actually right now, nothing is honorable. You pillage, you loot, and yeah, it's no different from ancient times that you're doing it. The same shit is happening on modern times. The only thing that I'm really concerned with is that if you're going to get a refugee example, in Philippines, you will get 5,000 refugees. The problem here is I need to bring this up is the housing. And first of all, primarily, let's the how do I call this? The racism will be on the bottom first, okay? But I would point out first the housing. First of all, where do you need to place them, especially that we're still dealing with coronavirus, and we have like isolation facilities. We cannot just put the refugees there and they will get sick because of the COVID. Okay. Second is that economy. First of all, as much as others will say, refugees will say that they will say refugees are good for economy. Yes, I do agree. But the problem is that you need to settle there first, which is like a little bit expensive for like 6 or 5 months. I'm kind of aware of this ninja anime because we're like my company is sponsoring refugees too. But at the same time, I do notice that when I talk with the managers that it's hard it's hard for them to adapt, or especially that to how to explain this is that it's really hard to take 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 care of them first before you start give them like livelihood, jobs, or anything that can make them productive. So that is the one of the problem first few months of them arriving in your country. And you need to process the 5,000, 1,000, or 2,000 people. Let's say 500, okay? 500 people you need to process. You need to vet. We don't know if it's an infiltrator or not. This is the problem that other countries is getting, having a bad issue right now. The process is literally that long. So to make them productive, you will you will wait for several months to make them productive, and we don't know if they brought their things because most of currently right now the problem is that blue collar jobs is kind of useless right now. Yes, people are willing to take them in. In fact, even how to explain this? Philippines are welcoming to the refugees right now, but no refugees will come to our country for some reason. I don't know why, but still, yes, my country is willing to take them in. The problem is that when you take them in, the process is literally that long. As in, literally that long, there is like losing when it comes to like on the government side there is like imbalance coming in. And if they mismanage it, if they mismanage the shit, okay, that's the problem is that the refugees will be put on a bad situation more because first of all, if you fuck up with the paperwork or let's say red tape, basically they will have zero homes, or let's say jobs, or let's say they might get exploited by different criminal groups. This is the problem. So this is why I'm kind of like discussing this kind of like both sides what's happening right now. I'm not saying that I'm siding with the both, okay? I'm pointing out on the government side too because first of all, most of the governments currently right now is inefficient as fuck. Well, yes, because first of all, they don't want to voice it out because it will make them look bad. Okay, and not to mention is that if you're going to say yes to being to make the refugees inside in your country, it- they need to like get their shit together first, as in on the government side. Example, you need to make a contingency, a process to be able to house a refugee and give them jobs. If you don't have that, you don't have right to say that yes to refugee, because first of all, your citizen and the refugees will suffer. This is one of the things that I did notice. And remember that if something bad happens, the citizens will blame the refugees for that. And remember that it happens sometimes if you watch the news that other people's other people will blame the refugees because of the government. The government will fuck because they're fucking things up. And this is the problem. We cannot even blame them why they got angry, but still their anger is misplaced. It is misplaced. First of all, why you're blaming refugees? It's not even their fault. It's the government's fault. Why? Because they said yes. They didn't even like sort their shit first. They don't have a process. They just said yes. So what do you expect? Of course, people will come in your country, right? And there would be like fomenting, let's say, unrest, like racial attacks sometimes because of that. They cannot just, this is why I'm like questioning sometimes the government. This is why I kind of don't trust them when it comes to like running things. You know, sometimes I need to bring this up, but I prefer the post-apocalypse. Okay, I don't care if it's like zombie virus or nuclear war. Post-apocalypse. Why? Because you're just going to start a settlement. On settlement, you don't even subscribe to a freaking big ass loss of a big government. You make your own settlement. You're a sheriff. You're a mayor. That's it. And you can just like vet someone else way faster there instead of like processing it as a nation. It's like it's really hard, okay? And not to mention that people do tend to bicker a lot. That there's like people who are like pro or against. It's just like it's kind of pointless. It's kind of pointless. First of all, you cannot even do shit if you're just going to bicker and argue during that time. Remember, I don't want to argue with. In fact, in this situation right now, it's hard to argue or fight each other. We gotta help ourselves out. And in anime, as I said before, you came in here. This war, what's happening right now, will affect us sooner than later. First, rising oil prices and commodities. That not to mention the salary will not go high because of you know basically if you just like add more salary to the workers from bottom to higher ups, you will expect that the price of goods will increase too, because the customer will shoulder. And the problem is that will also customers are also the people who gets affected because they're middle class or poor, right? There is like what do you call this, rotation of what's happening. So basically nobody wins because you do, and economy will not grow because of that. You're just like giving them the money, it's just like rotating and it's just coming back to you. So thus you don't have any savings to yourself. And second is that there is a possible thing that we will get into a World War III if our politicians will decide to do something incredibly stupid. Or worse, at least on World War III, it's a little bit quicker if you got like a shot. Okay, if I got shot, okay, that's okay, great for me. But the only thing I don't want is sanctions or embargoes. Why? Remember, remember that in Southeast Asia, I know Ninja Anime, you're part of Southeast Asia, right? If we got some embargo on our end coming from China, don't expect that you will get some of our stuff from them. You cannot get our GPUs, we cannot get our CPUs, everything. Because most of our semiconductors, etc., came from Taiwan and China. Some of our food is coming from there. And this is the biggest problem. Oh, Sorry, 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 Ninja Anime. I thought you're from Southeast Asia because you're. Sorry, I'm very sorry for that. I'm not aware because I thought that okay, most of you because Kami is Filipina, Katsu is a Vietnamese. Yes, they're involved, but all of us will get affected. Remember that if there is like a trade embargo or let's say sanctions that is coming, especially from China, and we all almost got banned because of that. Okay, I need to bring this up, but this will be bad for us. First of all, most of our semiconductors, some of our daily objects that we are using is coming from them. It sucks if we are like, yeah, you got embargo because you're a part of UK or Philippines because you decided to go to America, right? Dude, I would prefer to get bombed by artillery on my house. I would like raise my arms up. Don't make me starve. Yeah, I'm being serious on that. Because I prefer that over being starved, no entertainment, staring at the wall. I would go mad. I would go mad actually because of that fucking embargo. I prefer the merciful way. This is why I'm really afraid more of sanctions. Because most of your comfort will go away in an instant. Because I did experience one thing. Okay, look, I ran away last time, and I'm a vagabond, or let's say, how to explain this? You know, couch surfing, or let's say, migrating on each city last time. So I'm not only in Iligan City in Philippines, but also I'm moving around way too much. And I did notice that it's easy to like pack your things and move away if there is like an issue, especially that there is an almost a terrorist threat on city, and we're almost getting invaded by rebels in that part of the city. So for me, I will just pack my shit and I'm just going to escape immediately if I heard something really bad. Unlike in sanctions, okay, if there is a sanction or let's say embargo, you cannot escape that shit because it will affect you whenever you go. And good luck with that. If you earn like $200 and the prices will reach like somewhere $50 or $60 and $20, good luck eating. Good luck buying something that is your comfort or even a tissue paper. Right? This is why it's kind of like really, really that bad right now because it's the economic part that is the problem. And speaking of which, okay, let's get back to the refugee status. And the problem is that when it comes to the jobs, okay, I'm very sorry for this, but correct me if I'm wrong. I do notice that due to the COVID, thank you for the stretch. Thank you for the stretch. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, Jack. We still have like several minutes already. We're talking about what's real world talks, okay? Nothing that much regarding gaming or such. I said before, guys, I'm encouraging this kind of talks because I want people to be aware what's happening in this world. They keep watching news outlets that is like siding with each other, or let's say they're just ignoring it. They don't realize that one day or another what happened to our fellow Ukrainian VTubers, streamers, and artists. Out of nowhere, they got invaded and they lost something. They lost something, right? So this is why I want you guys to take seriously what sometimes when I bring these things up because we don't know it will happen to us sooner than later. In fact, we're getting affected by inflation already. I just took example on public transport. I'm paying like a 10 pen. What do you call this? Like 11 or 12 pesos at least right now. Right? I mean, like I'm spending more shit on daily needs. Imagine if this got worse and there is like sanction and embargo. It's like it will double. The expense will double, Jack, right? So anyhow, how are you today, Jack? Okay, so for refugee status, I'm very sorry I need to bring this up, but it's really hard to find blue collar job right now. Nothing wrong about problem solving. It's not really only problem solving, but discussing what's happening right now. Because first of all, I do notice that others are not aware of what's happening. They will see on the news that okay, Ukraine, I feel sorry for them, but they didn't even think about long term problem on this war. First of all, Ukraine and Russia is our lifeblood. Eh. This is why I don't want a war because most of our oil and gas and food is coming from there. Some of our grains, especially that we're eating our bread. Yes, Southeast Asia is important from Ukraine sometimes. Expect that a fucking bread will cost the double or triple the amount. This is why I need to bring this up because I need others here to take this shit seriously. And thank you for the food, actually. Jack, thank you for the food. Sorry for the lag. So for the refugee status, okay, sorry, I give okay, I cannot even continue, but I remember now. For the refugee status, here's the problem: is that the lack of blue collar jobs. This is one of the things I notice. Think for the hydrate, the lack of blue collar jobs because due to COVID, it's not really encouraged right now to have like a retail or something like that. Especially on my country, we do have like cases again and again appearing out of nowhere. Like few days ago, it dropped. Suddenly, it increases again for some reason. So the problem is that it's really hard to find non-remote working jobs. The problem with the refugees is that they left their laptops or PCs sometimes, and it's really hard to get a laptop right now. Even I have a problem to get a PC, and I'm not even a refugee, unless we can donate. But the problem is we cannot donate like thousands of people with our money. We're not even that rich unless we are like freaking Elon Musk. So most of the time they are like stuck on self-employment or selling stuff, or worst case scenario, sorry, but they're also human beings. They might resort to the crime if we didn't do anything else to alleviate the situation. So we the only thing that we can help with them is give them like some livelihood, or let's say a bit of donation, and teach them new skills. This is one of the things that my company is doing, is that we are teaching some refugees, people with on the marginalized communities, new skills so that they can use it further. And I do admit that my company do donate some like PC sometimes. And sorry, I need to like drink. We encourage like upskilling yourself because jobs are really hard to find, especially if you're a citizen of your country, and you you do not expect that I will get the job because I'm a citizen. And it's way harder for refugees, especially that refugees don't one of the refugees kid told me, he's my best friend, it's really have what do you call this, it's really hard to have a right to have a job. The government is like willing to help you out, but they will not give you work permits or something. Only few countries does that. Sea of Thieves. Well, yes, but most of the time in real life, I do manage to like cheat a little bit. I mean, I do admit, okay, I need to bring this up. In the past, just to get things I want, I do rob. Okay, I will admit it to you guys. I did rob someone. Yeah. Until now, I still have that mentality, but I don't rob someone else right now. But I do bend some rules. I do bend some rules. Example, I'm going to bring this up. Taxes. I'm not saying that I don't pay taxes, but still, I'm not paying it in legal way. Why? Because I didn't declare my actual earnings. And to remember that I'm functioning as an independent contractor, but actually in contract, I'm a full-time. So basically, I'm just like, as per document, I'm doctoring it. So basically, the only thing that I declared as a tax in the Twitch, which is I'm using right now, but on my job, no. Even on my investment, it's undeclared. I'm going to explain my reason why on the next part. Why I didn't even pay the taxes. You know why? Those assholes in Senate, they are getting our taxes for their benefits, new cars, new mansions, and etc. Why should I pay them? For what? If I want to donate, if I want to help people, I would send my money to Red Cross or other foundations, not to those politicians. I'm not going to. Nobody can convince me to like, yeah, Nat, you know what? You need to like declare your actual earnings. No fucking way. I'm not going to pay my stuff to those tips. They still are money. No, I'm not going to that. I'm not going to dedicate my money to do that. So basically, my money will be given to others. Like I'm hiring some artists, right, Jack, or something. So especially right now, I'm still waiting for. Okay, I need to bring this up. This is the next topic. So I'm glad that she's alive. Shit, I'm kind of like a little bit worried about Lumarom. She's alive, okay, guys, and also Aki as well. Aki is one of the future VTubers, and she's also an artist from Ukraine. Both of them are well. I'm kind of a little bit worried for Mama Elisa. I'm kind of worried for Mama Elisa, but both of them they're still alive, and Dumaram did told me that she escaped from Ukraine and she's Germany right now, but she got the COVID. So I told her if she replies to me, I will teach her something how to survive in real world because I did notice that she might be living comfortably and since I became a homeless person last time and I'm moving around per city, okay? So I want to teach her how to survive at least and maybe get some like blue collar jobs first. So if she didn't even bring her laptop or something. And yes, she needs to like start again from scratch. But if she has, maybe I might help her out in other tasks. Maybe I can pay it for it. Because first of all, I'm looking for someone who is like supposed to be my secretary. Because I cannot even do clipping unless Jack's right. Jack, if you're willing to clip or be my secretary, why not? I'm willing to pay you $20, $30 allowance, but I know that it's way too low for you. Um, I'm looking for someone who needs the money. So yeah, I want to give an opportunity to someone who is marginalized, and I think this is the only way I can help people because donation is like as much as donation is really useful, especially on my charities to next few weeks. I would say long term it's not feasible. You need to give them jobs and money to make them start again their business. Right? Remember that donation is one thing. Okay, you can donate. It happened to my cousins. Is that they got flooded, they got their smashed, their objects destroyed, their houses like got flooded. We donated, okay, but still, it's not really a long-term solution how do you call this, in real life. You need to like work hard again to recover that. This is why, okay, I need to bring this up. This is why I'm kind of like really paranoid when it comes to like my stuff. Is that if shit happens, I know how to pack my things. In fact, I might leave something few here, but still I will get the laptop, the LCD na I'm going to leave that just in case. If I don't have time to pack things up. My laptop, in case in this example, there is like I heard from the news that the Sea of Olongapo got invaded by let's say Chinese army. I would pack my things up. I'm just going to like, oh, I have much of the time. I'm going to disassemble shit in my house and I'm going to move. And good luck to you guys. And I'm going to teleport. I'm going to like move from this island to the other island, and I'm going to like escape already. And I'm not going to like I will still stay, okay? I will still stay in my country, but they don't expect that I will try to fight the initial invaders. But if I got cornered, that's where I'm going to fight. Because to be honest, I don't want to escape the Philippines. If shit happens, I will fight. But they shouldn't expect me to like, yeah, I'm drop your things and fight this territory. Well, screw you. I'm not going to die for that. Okay? I'm willing to die for the country, but I'm not going to die for a freaking island because of someone cannot even do their shit. This is one of my traits is that I'm not going to help you, but if my life is at stake, and then I'm going to help you. Sorry if I sound selfish, but this is the way I do sometimes. Because first of all, Philippines has like 3 islands. I can escape from Visayas, which is dangerous because it's the near strategic location. Or I'm going to go with Davao, which is way larger. But I'm going to the well, it's not really that shouldn't be forced to go or fight. I would rather volunteer. The problem is that I don't want to fight on the same island. I would prefer to like be safe first. Okay, I'm going to the other parts of the island and stay there. If I see that war will pop up in that island, then I will fight. It depends. But expecting me to fight for a fucking town, it's pointless. It's really pointless. That why do I need to fight for that island? You have military force, it's still not depleted. Use that. If shit happens, say okay, I will grab a gun and fight, right? And since I can still escape to the other islands and I'm not even a refugee, it's just like I move away from the conflict zone. It's no different from what I did in Mindanao in real life. That I move away from that conflict zone because I think Maute terrorist group did besiege the Marawi and almost invaded the Iligan, almost nearly, and that's the only problem that that's the only thing that time maybe that I moved out that time and didn't appear back. You're not obligated to fight a territory. You're obligated to fight your country. That's the big difference. So basically, I will fight my country if I'm cornered. If I'm not cornered and I'm just like, yeah, I'm still here. I don't think that it's really necessary to participate. Especially, I'm not a professional soldier and I'm unfit for duty. And it's not really that unfit for duty. Like I don't really want to fight. It's just that I have several shitloads of mental issues that I end up like will be ending up as a liability for my teammates, or let's say squad mates, that I don't really want to do that, and I might accidentally cause a war crime in the same time. I said before Ninja Anime and Mac. I told to Maki last time earlier. about because I'm arguing that why someone docs a VTuber, and I told him that I'm not also a saint, and in fact I'm really a bad person. So I don't want to get to the point that I was forced into fighting for a fucking island and I go crazy and commit a war crime, and I don't want that. And this is why I want to avoid war as possible, because and this is the reason why I got rejected by military application last time. They know something's off with me, and they don't really want to be like I'm the one who is causing media scandal. And in fact, in past years, I want to be a soldier, but yeah, they don't allow me. I'm kind of unfit for duty, to be honest. It's not about that. Even if I'm physically fit, but actually mentally no, no, big no. Yeah, speaking of which, for charity stream by next week, guys. So for next week, we will do 500 donations. Okay, I'm not asking you guys to directly donate every 500. Okay, no, 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 don't do that. I will do it whatever we got a donation. At least it goes to the right people. Okay, remember that we need to help out everyone else regardless of nationality. Okay, remember that, because first of all, they are still human beings. I'm just going to bring this up. Another thing that I really hated. Yes, actually, for following weeks after collab, I think, because collab is next week, I'm going to play some strategy games that is involving World War III. I think End War and Remastered, Red Alert Remastered, playing as allies. Yes, I'm going to play as allies. So basically, on Red Alert One, not two. You go on allies. You are going to fight the Soviets, and you are on the losing side, I think. And most of your forces are made out of guerrillas. So it's no different from Ukraine, actually. This is why I want to play as allies during the charity stream, because I want to show that war is horrible, and there is certain disturbing scenes from Red Alert 1 over 2, because Red Alert 2 is a little bit comedy. It's not really serious. Sorry if you love Red Alert 2 or 3, but I don't take it seriously that much, despite I really love the game. The first one is really that dark, because first of all, when you play the Soviet mission, you're going to first mission that you will play as a Soviet is you're going to massacre a village. It's no different from what the Russians are doing right now on Mariupol or Kharkiv. They're just like shooting civilians. This is why I find the Red Alert first is really dark. And as playing as allies, you are on the bad position on the start. First of all, you're outgunned. You're outgunned, but you're going to use a guerrilla tactics. You're going to use your infantry against, I think, rocket soldiers against tanks. Because I think Soviets really love tanks way too much. To the point that I have easier time to okay, my infantry dies, but still I can produce more. I'm going to use my rocket infantry. It's no different from Saint Javelin meme. In fact, on that game, I'm going to freaking demonstrate how to use a javelin there. And yes, allies do have tanks, but they have medium or light tanks, and they have high tech equipment making the map invisible, chronosphere. Yes, they do have a thief or spy, so they have lots of options on the table than Russians. But still, the problem with the Russians in Soviet mission is that their equipment or let's say tanks are really that slow. and it's really that expensive. So if I'm going to play as a Soviet, it's like it's taking most of my funds, like two-thirds or three-fourths at least. And if I accidentally like waste it, basically I broke. And this is why I love playing as allies, because most of the units are cheaper. And you can do some guerrilla style warfare against the Russians and make them broke, as in like literally destroy their bases after that. This is why I love targeting the ore refineries on that game, because they will lose money. They will lose money, and you're just going to like destroy the construction yard. Regardless, they will just like keep attacking with their infantry or tanks, and if you have like solid defense, you will have no problem dealing with those shitheads. To be honest, when playing as allies. And another thing I need to bring this up. I'm going to play End War. So End War is like named after Tom Clancy game, I think, and some of the characters from Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, the classic Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six characters, they will appear there. And there is a reference of Third Echelon on that game. But it's like a strategy game with a little bit of map strategic location and such. You can upgrade your army too during the briefing. So it's not your traditional RTS that you need to like pick your infantry, tanks, artillery, helicopters during the start of the fight, and they will just appear off the map. You can use airstrikes, you can use electronic warfare, you can use WMB if you want to. And yes, no nukes. They don't have nuclear weapons there. And basically, it's just like strategic capture points and rock paper scissors strategy. But still, it's kind of fun because first of all, you still need to use your strategic prowess in that game. And if you're like playing on the hardest mode, then basically your enemy will massacre your retreating forces. And replacing your battalion is really expensive. You need to like do several missions again to like make them on the optimal performance. Basically, your battalion can go KIA if they destroy the retreating remaining battalion or platoon. This is why I love it. Another thing is that if I have time, I still have another game. I think Company of Heroes or Hearts of or something. I forgot the another anti-war game that I have, but I'm going to check it out. So most of the games that I have is like anti-fascist most of the time, especially Half-Life. I would count that as one because the Combine is really fascist. I have like shitloads of games that can give a message to to others that war is really that bad. Oh yeah, collab by next week. So guys, if you want to join, just tell me. Okay, because I'm planning to have a collab with SCP. If you want to join SCP multiplayer, guys, just inform me. Okay, don't forget that. Just inform me about the that so that I can create a group chat. Okay, I don't really want to do it on the server. First of all, because there might be an external people that I don't want to force on the server and it might cause trouble. So I'm going to make a group chat for of us, and we can play SCP Containment Breach only for us there. And just ready your PNG because call up on this weekend. Wait, because my next week, April 1st, going to check my calendar. If you want to join Ninja Anime, just tell me. And by the way, SCP Containment Breach multiplayer is really free on Steam. If you want to download, can download that. Oh yeah, on SGT time, Malaysia time zone, it's April 1st. Your I will try to convert it. Just if you want to join, just tell me, okay? At least like 2 days before, at least, so that I can put you on the list. But just take note that if you're going to play SCP, okay? Just take note that different monsters there have like specific ways to deal with them. Especially SCP-173, you need to like stare at that statue because if you didn't stare at that, it will snap your neck. So you don't want to take your eyes off that. While Shy Guy, you need to like look away because he might go mad and accidentally kill us. And there is like I think the Plague Doctor and the Old Man Larry. Plague Doctor is really easy to dodge. First of all, you can just like yeah, hide and just do some dodging and just don't let the zombies of this attack you. While the portal guy, the Old Man Larry, that's one of the difficult part is that you need to like run away faster and hope that you don't encounter the peanut statue while you're running because that guy teleports through doors as in literally, and that's really scary part that you're going to deal with that asshole, to be honest. There, Kenny, hello. We guys, Kenny, by the way, we still have a few minutes left, so we're just discussing something about real world events earlier. So how are you today, Kenny? How are you, Kenny? Okay, so don't worry, we still have 17 minutes left. Okay, I always stop at 10:30 as always because first of all, I still have work. So tomorrow it will be my later midnight. It will be my last day of work. So following days, I'm going to play Fallout New Vegas and Magic the Gathering. So I'm going to do that. Um, so yeah, at least I brought this up that if someone wants to join, only three people are allowed on collab for SCP multiplayer. Okay, so there is like different ways to deal with the monster. So we need to do some teamwork first of all because if we kind of like screw things up, we might die. As in literally might die. So you need to be careful on that, especially on multiplayer. So I'm going to, example, if you guys going to join me on that game, I'm going to make some short briefing how to deal with this and that, and what you need to do on the first mission because the peanut statue, if you didn't move away properly, it will teleport and might snap your neck, and that shit's little bit dangerous. I don't okay we shouldn't die as in four of us, and I prefer four of us are alive first because example dealing with that peanut statue, if one of us are with blink and others are still staring, it will not move, so we can still make some safe exits, and we can deal with the other SCP, and we can use a teamwork. We can search the area without getting killed by these assholes. But remember that we're going to deal with the human enemies too. That is like guys with guns. I think they are like I forgot the term. Yeah, MTF. So basically they are like spec ops, or let's say special operations of SCP Foundation. So I would say we need to take note of that if we're going to like play. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, basically that game you just need to survive. So we can do some long play. So if someone will, let's say, will sleep that time, like two of us are gone. That's where I need to end because first of all, it's kind of like multiplayer. It's not a solo player game, and I don't intend to like long stream that much that day. In fact, I don't. First of all, I need to bring this up that I need to have my hair fixed, and I'm just going to share in real life. I want to color my hair right now, like a little bit hazelnut, similar to my hair right now, as in like red and brown. And kindly, if you see on my Discord channel, Discord server, is that I have my fan art there. And by the way, Glyphox, thank you for the fan art. I appreciate that, and I look stunning and really beautiful. I will admit that I look stunning and beautiful there. So yeah, guys, do you have any questions regarding me? It's just like guys, don't get don't be scared. I won't get offended. So you can ask me any questions, instead of me like talking way too much. Okay, I gave some necessary information to you guys that you need to take note. Okay, take this shit seriously, especially what's happening right now in this world. Last thing I want is that you guys are not ready and you just bled, or let's say something happened to you. Okay, it's just like what's happening to our fellow Ukrainian YouTubers and streamers and artists is like it's really fucking with me on my on my head. It's just like grief or something. And good thing that some of them are still alive. Thank you. If I didn't even hear the words they spoke, I might go a little bit insane, to be honest. But we gotta accept that some people got killed because of the damn Soviets again. I'm just going to call them Soviets than orcs because it's a little bit appropriate. First of all, I played lots of Red Alert, so I will call them the fucking Soviets. Imagine if that happens to us, that would be miserable as fuck. So yeah, we have like 10 minutes left. Kenny or Ninja, ask questions, okay? I would prefer you guys ask questions so that I can answer maybe certain topics. I would say if I don't know, I don't know, okay? If I know, I will say I know, and I'm going to give you some consultation. And most of my consultation are free, okay? Technical advice, technical support. If you have like computer issue, just tell me. I'm going to give it to you. I'm willing to help you out, guys. Okay. Okay. Start. So, what is your first question? Well, actually, you can ask why about my lore too, or let's say sometimes other people do ask inappropriate things, but for me, it's not really a big deal. I can just answer that. Maybe it's just like I'm really, little bit crazy. I think how to explain that. Yeah, I'm a little bit crazy. All right, so I need to bring this up. So another thing that I want to do, okay, I think somewhere like next projects of mine. Is there a game you want to play this year? Oh yeah, I forgot the name of the game. This year I'm planning to. I want to play Hitman 3. Here's the thing. I really love Hitman series for some reason because out of all genre, okay, I do admit one thing. As much as I love strategy games, I'm kind of like a really bad general. I would say my skills is equivalent of a Russian general that got killed in Ukraine. I prefer stealth games, especially. Sure, I prefer stealth games. Okay, I'm going to bring this up. First of all, is that even in real life, I'm a solo operator, and not to mention that you never played Hitman. I would recommend since Blood Bunny is little bit antique, but not to mention that it's not really keyboard friendly for some reason. I would recommend to get Hitman 2 because the controls are a little bit simple. I need to bring this up that the reason why I really love Hitman because first of all you act as an assassin there, and it rewards you to kill a target without causing suspicion or let's say making it look like an accident. This is why I really freaking love Hitman. Even if it's really hard game, sometimes it frustrates me that some of the missions are really hard because some of the security guards can see through my disguise. I really love that because first of all, I can execute a perfectly good assassinations. Like example, I disguise myself as a bartender and I put a poison on the drink, and there is a target there that I need to get rid of. Instead of like using my guns, I will put my guns on the trash can. I will hide my gun on the trash can first because I will someone will like pat down my pockets or something. So I'm going to carry some champagne with a bunch of poisons with a poison there. So once I reach the target, I'm going to give the poison to the person, and I'm going to like escape, get back to my actual suit, and go out. That's it. Another thing that there is another technique that you don't need a disguise is that you can use a sniper rifle for that. Sniper rifle on the first part is really hard to acquire. First of all, you need to unlock the silence one that is little bit better that you can slow down the time. The default sniper rifle that I got on the first one is that it's really bad, it's noisy. Imagine that if you're like sniping from farther distance and you're going to kill the target, it doesn't have the proper zooming. And it has like a bullet drop. If you mess things up, they will detect the gunshots. So you need to time the sniping a little bit, and you need to adjust your aim. On the way farther you are, you need to adjust your aim. So I think it's a Paris mission that time, and I use Walter 2000 sniper rifle. I'm with the silencer, okay, with the suppressor. So I'm on the top of the Ferris wheel. It's really hard to gauge even if you're really zoomed in, and I missed the first shot because the problem is that they move a lot and there is like a wind for some reason. So my bullet got fucked up. So they look at the side and they just like, huh? There is a question mark on their head. And I managed to like pull the proper shot by shooting her on the back of the head, near the back of, near the neck, right? So back of the head near the neck. So it's like bottom of the skull. So basically, I destroyed her throat tube. So this is how I aim because first of all there is like a waving of the scope. If you forgot to like if you didn't hold the what you call this hold breath. So basically I start aiming at the body. If in case I fuck up, in case that I fuck up, at least I would actually shoot her lungs, the lungs out. So I need to like let the reticles move up a little bit, shoot, so that if something, if the bullet will move in other direction, basically it will destroy the person's heart or let's say lungs. So it is an instant kill. So so I managed to kill the target. The target. She's like selling some country secrets, spy stuff. So I shot one bullet only. She died. And then there is like another target there, a guy who appeared on the bottom. He's ex-KGB, I think, and what I did is a little bit easier. He just stood there like an idiot. So for me, I just like okay, I'm just going to aim on the lower part of his arm because his body is like on the side. Okay, it's on the side. Imagine that if I'm going to do this, And if my body is like tilted a little bit, I'm aiming at his arm. I think a bicep. So basically, it will penetrate the body. So I shot that. Basically, it's an instant kill too. Before the guards get dispatched on my location, I already unpacked the sniper rifle, and I managed to like go down the Ferris wheel and move slowly. I don't want to run. I don't want to cause any issues. And if I got near the guards, and I would run because first of all, there is a detection system there. There is a detection system there that it will go up if you're way too near them. And this is why I'm trying to like, yeah, I'm going to walk, run. So at least when I reach the crowds, there would be no suspicion because I'm blending in the crowds. So basically, I finished the mission. It took me like somewhere 20 minutes or 15 minutes at least to set things up. It took me a little bit longer. Other players took them like less than 5 minutes at least or 10 minutes. But for me, 20 minutes because I'm doing this in a professional manner. Another preferred thing that I love to do is pushing them off on the balcony. It will look like an accident. The problem is that you need to be careful where you drop the body. First of all, there might be a person underneath the balcony. So if you push them and you accidentally killed a non-target, you will get a point deduction, as in literally. You will not get a perfect rating on Silent Assassin. So yeah, you need to be careful when you're going to play that. You need to be like super planned, super assured that you don't accidentally kill innocent people. You just kill the certain targets. And just to remind you that most of the targets there are dictators, killers, drug cartel. So basically, I don't feel sorry for assassinating those kinds of people. I'm assassinating those kinds of like the dictators and such, or war criminals. And I think bad scientists on the old games, the people who experiments human beings. So yeah, that is like your common targets in the Hitman universe. So basically, you shouldn't kill innocent people there. It's not GTA. Yeah, we do have like a different ones in life. Also, the another thing that I want to play that I didn't even finish is that I didn't even started finish the Batman. So if you know Batman Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, I would try to do that. But the problem is that OBS might lag and cause issue with the game. Not to mention that you need a controller for Batman series. It sucks on the keyboard and mouse. I might accidentally destroy my keyboard if I'm going to like smack it non-stop, okay? So I want to get back to Arkham series, or let's say those one. It's really cool that playing as Batman. It's kind of a little bit challenging, especially the Reader's Challenge. Sorry. So at least I announced my plans already by next few weeks. I will put some donation link. Dark Souls. Actually, I want to play Dark Souls, but I have like a fuckloads of game that I didn't even started yet. Hell, even XCOM I want to start, but I cannot. Sorry, I choked because there's like I mean, if you want, why not start playing Dark Souls, especially the first ones? It's really that good. The only thing that I played the Dark Souls is that with my cousin, he brought his PS4, I think, from New Zealand. He just stayed here in the Philippines, and I managed to like play it. Damn, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for me. So like, I'm not really used to dodging shit, to be honest. Even on Genshin Impact, if you notice that, I'm really bad at dodging. This is why I don't really as much as I like the Dark Souls in little bit realism. I'm having hard time to go into a fast-paced combat, even on shooters, regardless of it's like shooters, as in like with health bars or let's say realistic shooters, is that I'm having a hard time reacting on my environment. This is why I prefer to be a recon or sniper most of the time. Or yes, it's really difficult, and I'm having a hard time like finishing that game. And yeah, this is why I didn't even finish that. But I'm going to plan to play that somewhere next 2 years at least, or months if I can get my new PC. But right now, I'm trying to finish the Fallout New Vegas because I managed to make it a survival simulator for some reason. So anyhow, guys, we will read someone else right now. So let's see here. Going to open my Twitch. So do you recommend someone that we can raid? Any recommendation so that I can finish the how do you call this? Because I need to like start reading the emails right now. Sorry if there is like a lag in my because I'm opening my Twitch. There is like lots of games. In fact, next year I'm planning to like get Arma 3 for some reason and play the Star Wars mod because they're inviting me for what do you call this? What for the squad, I think, and I want to play as Clone Trooper. Ian Silver 14, VR Chat, Red Dead Redemption. Hold on ah. Oh yeah, I'm just going to recommend you to VTube Waffles because Waffles is kind of nice person. He's playing like Blade and Sorcery. So guys, I'm going to get out now. Take care. Love you guys. Bye bye. It's just it's kind of like taking a little bit longer because my OBS is lagging so bad. Okay, raid.